Happy Thanksgiving, everybody. We're here at Neo Reality Entertainment, and I'd like to present that we have Thanksgiving values. Until we don't, and then we'll be depressed. So, yeah, let's talk this off. Toni Storm versus Jamie Hayter for the now retconned AEW World Championship. Because in light of recent events with Thunder Rosa's injury and unknown time frame when she'll be back, they decided as of yesterday, at the time of this video, that it's official. We are retconning the interim title and saying it was official for Toni Storm and for the new champ. Spoilers, I know. Jamie Hayter defeated Toni Storm at Full Gear for the AEW Women's World Championship, and I would like to stress, outside of the TBS title, we had about a total of 30 or so minutes of women's wrestling in 3 matches, with the TBS title being the shortest one and this match being the longest one, with Saraya versus Britt Baker as number 2. Jamie Hayter has been on a hot streak. She is getting more over with the fans. They've been teasing the Britt Baker Jamie Hayter split more than ever, especially. And it looked like it was going to split at Grand Slam. Then they said, now we got Saraya, we're going to fool everybody. And it looks like it's a renewal of Total Commitment. However, I'm still thinking we're still going to get Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker splitting off, especially now that Jamie Hayter is the Women's World Champion. And Britt Baker will pull a Triple H with her best friend Rebel, not Reba. Those were funny, guys. Toni Storm, honestly, she has the shortest reign as women's champion. Sadly, her reign was very short, 72 days, compared to all the other women wrestlers. The longest reign still goes to Hikaru Shida. But Toni Storm's short reign was not without its moments. It had a lot of title matches. She had several eliminator matches and several title defenses to showcase she was a fighting champion. And yeah, it was nice to see the women wrestlers get more and more due, hopefully. And like we've been waiting for Tony Khan to start putting the women's on a more bigger platform, and we kept getting mixed signals regarding if the women were going to have their own show during the month of October or not. That never happened, so yeah, I'm still mixed about that idea, but okay. But yeah, Toni Storm and Jamie Hayter, they were very over with the fans. They had Toni Storm had her fans, Jamie Hayter had her fans, and they were getting the haters section growing, and everyone heading into this match was like, Jamie Hayter, we are haters. Like, as much as I would have loved, like, it would have went well for me either way if Toni Storm won or Jamie Hayter won. I honestly thought Toni Storm was going to retain because, really think about it, this is her first pay-per-view title defense and she would have already lost it. And yeah, Jamie Hayter had several chances, so I could see why they would go to Jamie Hayter, especially with how over she's gotten. And oh god, remember the days when we had when we were liking someone so well and we wanted them to win, and the other place would never allow us to have that moment until they say it was convenient for them? Ain't that right, Damien Sandow and Ms. Dow? Oh god damn it, why did they not call it? But yeah, Jamie Hayter got her haters. And we're heading into this match. It was a quality 15-minute greatness of women wrestling. And while I am understandably mixed on the whole having multiple people try and screw Toni Storm out of the title shot, I at least could... okay, it's a little overbooked, but it at least makes sense in context because Toni Storm has been this fighting champion for week after week after week after week, being in heavy-hitting matches, being in fatal four-way matches, being in, triple threat matches at least once. and defending the title as much as she can. So at least I could get that they thought this woman was so powerful that they thought we have to gang up on her. Granted, it would have been cooler if Jamie Hayter won clean, but you know, she's still a heel. So Jamie Hayter got the victory over Toni Storm after multiple attempts by Britt Baker trying to curb stomp her, Rebel trying to hit her with a belt. Yeah, those were fun times. But before that, we did get a quality performance out of Jamie Hayter and Toni Storm, and I loved every minute of it. And I was on the edge of my seat. Like, that was the first time in how long since I saw a women's wrestling match in AEW that made me like, come on. No idea. It's been long. I'll admit. Like, Hikaru Shida, I thought she was very safe as champion because the pandemic was happening and they couldn't really promise much because they probably wanted the title change to happen with the most over wrestler at the time, Britt Baker, with a crowd, and Hikaru Shida said she wanted to lose the title and eventually compete on with it in a crowd, so it made sense, the perfect storm, so to speak. But yeah, Jamie Hayter has finally gotten her moment. She was now AEW Interim Women's World Champion. And then she wasn't, and it was announced on AEW Dynamite on the Fallout of Full Gear that yes, we are now decreeing that the lineal champion Thunder Rosa will not make it back in time, and thus we must strip her of the title after a mutual agreement was held on that. Granted, would it have been good if she showed up, but considering how her promo was, I wouldn't be surprised if she worries she might get too emotional about it and not want to steal the spotlight and make people sorry for her for something that, you know, it's in this business. We get hurt, they get hurt, and they have to eventually accept that this is what they got into in the business. Unless you intentionally botch people or botch so regularly to the point that you're wondering why these wrestlers haven't been forced to retire because of the numerous amount of botches they've committed. Ain't that right, Nia Jax? Oh, god damn it. But yeah, Jamie Hayter, she does look like she's starting to get a little annoyed with Britt Baker trying to steal the spotlight, like, I am the pulse of AEW, and you better respect it. But I'm the Women's World Champion. Did anyone ask you? I'm honestly hoping they go balls enough to have Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter on a microphone together talking, and then Britt Baker's about to speak, and then Jamie Hayter cuts her off saying, look, all due respect, Britt Baker, doctor, but the champ's talking right now. And everyone's just like, well, she's a dead woman. To showcase that she really is over with the fans and they want her more than Britt Baker. And then we're going to get the betrayal and the end of the three women faction and go down to 2. Then we'll get a quality match between Britt Baker and Jamie Hayter, and hopefully Jamie Hayter comes out as the winner in all this, because who the hell wants to see Britt Baker win the title so soon again? When then you remember it was still only just this year she lost it, and now it feels like forever ago. I feel so old. So anyways, yeah, Jamie Hayter, everybody praise to be the... No, we're not even at 10 minutes yet. Wow. Praise be to the hater of Queen, to the Queen of Haters. Toni Storm, you were a great champion. Your reign probably would have lasted a lot longer if circumstances beyond control were never happening. And there have been drama regarding Thunder Rosa and her title run, mostly how they think she's faking an injury or making an injury not be as serious, and trying to pull a HBK over Bret Hart thing. I don't want to get into that because that seems like a very touchy subject. It's just weird that started happening, especially with all the drama that was going on in AEW at the time. It's just weird that happened to me. And as far as I was aware, like, I don't recall many stories about Thunder Rosa being difficult. Like, besides the one of Ive, and we all know how that worked out. And really, I was reportedly having bad behavior on a consistent basis wherever she was. But yeah, this was a 15-minute slobber knocker. Jamie Hayter, I congratulate you to finally becoming AEW Women's World Champion. Toni Storm, you are no longer the transitional champ, you are now an official champ, and my god, your reigns were fun. Especially where Toni Storm was coming from. Like, just earlier this year, she was on the verge of quitting and retiring because of what WWE did to her and the more questionable stuff they wanted her to do, like strip her half naked. When all the bad stuff was coming out about the treatment of women in WWE. Yeah, see the problem here? So, yeah, and the whole backwards traveling back to the Divas era mentality that the old management men were clamoring for. Oh, God. And then the Vince scandal happened, and we all know how that ended up. But man, Toni Storm has made a whole rebound 180 from all that, and it was the Women's World Champion of AEW. They did better with her on their main show than they did with WWE, and how that ended up. Yeesh. But yeah, Jamie Hayter, I look forward to your run as champ. I hope you have a long and plentiful one, filled with great tidings. But this is not the only video of Neo Reality Entertainment, the WrestleVerse, that's going to be talked about. There is going to be another thing we're going to talk about, but I will just say it involves bloody chest, and I'm pretty sure Bryan Danielson was reportedly screaming backstage, about his desires for bloody chest, only to realize he wasn't the one getting bloody chested. Jericho for Sishi, everyone. But we'll see y'all later. I'm going to have my Thanksgiving family to have fun with everyone, have great tidings for you all for Thanksgiving, and including the non-Thanksgiving American people who watch my content. Stay tuned for more. This is Neo Reality Entertainment. Feel free to like, comment, subscribe. Check out my content in the description below. Stay tuned for more. I'll see y'all again next time. Peace and take care, and keep on wrestling.